Today I would like to discuss Henry's law. Myself Dr. Digna Varghese. Henry's law. Henry's law states that at a constant temperature, the amount of dissolved gas in a liquid is directly proportional to the pressure of the gas in equilibrium with the liquid. If C mole per liter is the solubility of the gas at a definite temperature is directly proportional to the pressure of the gas. So we can say that C is equal to Kh into P, where Kh is the proportionality factor, which is known as Henry's law constant. And Henry's law constant, formulated by the great English chemist William Henry, who studied the topic in the early 19th century. Suppose we use the mole fraction of a gas in the solution as a measure of its solubility, then the Henry's law can be stated as follows. The mole fraction of the dissolved gas in a solution is directly proportional to the partial pressure of the gas in equilibrium with the solution. So we can write in this way: P is equal to Kh into X, where Kh is the Henry's law constant, X is the mole fraction, P is the pressure of the gas. So unit for Henry's law constant, C is equal to Kh into P. In this equation, the unit is mole, molar atmosphere inverse, molar bar inverse, molar millimeter inverse. In this case, mole fraction and pressure. So in this proportionality constant, unit is only pressure term, atmosphere, bar, millimeter. So depending upon the unit in which the pressure is expressed. Okay. Henry's law states that the solubility of a gas at constant temperature in a liquid is directly proportional to the pressure of the gas in equilibrium with the solution. Okay, and for a gas obeying Henry's law, the plot of equilibrium partial pressure P against the mole fraction of the gas in solution at a constant temperature must be a straight line. That line passing through the origin, and its slope is Kh. Kh is dependent on the nature of the gas. It is a particular value for nitrogen, particular value for oxygen, and so on. So different gases have different Kh values at a constant temperature. The higher the value of Kh at a given pressure, the lower is the solubility of the gas in the liquid. That is, C is equal to, we know, Kh into P, or X is, P is equal to Kh into X. If Kh is higher, solubility will decreases. Kh is higher, solubility of the gas decreases. Okay, and that you can directly see from the table given here. That is, for nitrogen the value is 34.86 at 293 Kelvin. The same gas at 303 Kelvin, its value is increases 46.82. At this time, the solubility of the gas decreases. We know as the temperature increases, the gas molecules is removed from the solution or liquid. So as the temperature increases, the solubility of the gas decreases, but its Kh value increases. Kh and solubility is inversely proportional. Okay, and for oxygen at 293 Kelvin, its value is 76.48. So for nitrogen and oxygen, the value is different at the same temperature. So KH is dependent on the nature of the gas. Different gases have different KH values. Okay. As the temperature increases, KH value also increases, but the solubility of the gas in the liquid decreases. So we can say that KH increases with increase of temperature, indicating that the solubility of the gases decreases with increase of temperature. Factors affecting Henry's law constant, that is KH. The value of Henry's law constant of a gas is dependent on the following factors. First one is nature of the gas, second one is nature of the solvent, third one is temperature, and the fourth one is pressure. So different gases have different Henry's law constant in different solvents, which is illustrated graphically in this picture. The solubility against pressure: oxygen, nitrogen, helium. Each gas shows a straight line that must passing through the origin, and the slope value giving the KH value for each gas, and as the KH increases, value increases, solubility decreases. Applications of Henry's law. The process of expelling a dissolved gas from a solution by bubbling an unreactive gas of very low solubility. Here you can see from the picture here a dissolved gas that is shown in the red spots, and there is a solution bubbling an unreactive gas that is yellow in color of very low solubility that will expels the dissolved gas. Okay. It is based on the Henry's law. The flowing gas reduces the partial pressure of the dissolved gas on the surface of the solution by leading it away. This causes a decrease in the solubility of the soluble gas, causing it to come out of the solution in accordance with Henry's law. Continued bubbling of the unreactive gas, that is shown in the yellow color, thus induces more and more of the dissolved gas to go out of the solution. Example, H2S may be removed from its aqueous solutions by continuously bubbling nitrogen. Nitrogen is shown here as yellow in color, and dissolved hydrogen sulfide is shown in red. By bubbling nitrogen to this solution, by the continuous bubbling of nitrogen, the H2S, dissolved H2S gas to go out from the solution. Second application is in the production of carbonated beverages or in the manufacture of soft drinks and soda water. The bottles are sealed under high pressure. This is done to increase the solubility of carbon dioxide in water in accordance with Henry's law. As the pressure increases, the solubility of the carbon dioxide increases. So the carbon dioxide molecules is dissolved in water, that is soda water or carbonated beverages. Under high pressure, the solubility of the carbon dioxide increases. On opening the bottle to atmospheric pressure, the solubility decreases and the gas bubbles are released from the liquid. When we open up the bottle, the gas bubbles are released from the liquid. In underwater diving, gas is breathed at the ambient pressure, which increases with depth due to hydrostatic pressure. Solubility of gases increase at depth in accordance with Henry's law, so the body tissues take no more gas over time until saturated for the depth. When ascending, the diver is decompressed and the solubility of the gases dissolved in the tissues decreases accordingly. If the supersaturation is too great, bubbles may form and grow, and the presence of these bubbles can cause blockages in capillaries or distortion in the more solid tissues, which can cause damage known as decompression sickness. To avoid this injury, the diver must ascend slow enough that the excess dissolved gas is carried away by the blood and released into the lung gas. Respiration and oxygenation of blood. In the process of respiration, inhalation is accompanied by an increase in the partial pressure of oxygen in the alveoli. When deoxygenated blood interacts with the oxygen-rich air in the alveoli, the following gas exchange takes place as a consequence of Henry's law. Since the partial pressure of the oxygen in the alveoli is high and the amount of dissolved oxygen in the deoxygenated blood is low, oxygen flows from the alveoli into the deoxygenated blood. The partial pressure of carbon dioxide in the alveoli is very low since the concentration of dissolved carbon dioxide in the deoxygenated blood is very high. The gas moves from blood into the alveoli. This carbon dioxide is expelled from the body via exhalation. Thus, Henry's law plays an integral role in the respiration of many organisms. The law is obeyed in a gas-solvent system only when the gas has a low solubility in the solvent, the pressure is not too high, the temperature is not too low, the gas does not undergo any change in its molecular state by association, dissociation, or interaction with the solvent. So, in these conditions, the law is obeyed in gas-solvent system. Limitations of Henry's law. This Henry's law is only applicable when the molecules of the system are in a state of equilibrium. Henry's law does not hold true when the gases are placed under extremely high pressure. The law is not applicable when the gas and the solution participate in chemical reactions with each other. Henry's law has been discussed in this video. Hope you understand. Thank you for your attention.